how to break down and install woofer ribbons for the caliper, duetta, diva, etc. What we first need to do, the parts that you will need, you'll either have prints for them or the parts will be sent to you, are 2 mounting bars to rest the speaker on to keep it off of the tables. What you want to do is basically lay the speaker across the 2 bars. Once you have the speaker up here, what you want to do is flip it over. Just walk it back and forth. What you're looking to do is take off the cup to release the crossover on the other side. They're always held on by Phillips head screws. I will send along with everything the bits for all the products that we need to use them for. Simply unscrew the plate on the back. You should be able to twist it and turn it and pop it through. Once you pop it through, turn the speaker over again. Once you've popped the cup out through the front side of the speaker, everything's attached to the crossover. What you want to do on the slant side of the speaker, there's 2 machine screws, which is an 1/8 inch Allen wrench, holding down the connections. There should be a lock washer, machine screw, and a big flat washer. Keep in mind that whatever parts you take off, try and remember where they go, because sometimes they can be specific for each individual speaker. Once you've basically released all of the wires, what you need to do then is remove the crossover along with the coil. A couple different tools that will be sent to you, whichever you feel more comfortable using: a pry bar, a spatula, and a flatter pry bar. The flatter pry bar seems to work very good on taking the coil off. The coil, where it has such thin walls, can actually break, but where this is so flat, it'll kind of slide right underneath. Also, both units should and will be held down with silicone to prevent any vibrations and whatnot. Sometimes the crossover is actually screwed down. Sometimes it's stapled down. Simply start at one corner. Just slowly work at it. If you have any extra there, don't worry about it, we'll scrape it off. With the staples here, you can either use needle nose pliers, a little screwdriver, or a little staple puller. We came across this somewhere. I'll see if I can find one for you folks. Very carefully try and pop up a majority of the staples holding the coil down. Also keep in mind, try not to score the coil. It has a coating on it, but try not to short it out. Should be able to get 3/4 of the way around. Once you released X amount of them with this flat one, It almost acts as a chisel at the same respect. It has a little sharp edge on it. You can even try this. Sometimes what you will find underneath here is T-nuts, which this one has, and I'll show you once we get to it. That might hold a little bit of resistance from you applying the chisel and whatnot underneath. Then you've released your whole crossover network. Set this off to the side. Make sure no wires fall off. There are some wires that are used for direct drive. Throw this off to the side. These are the T-nuts that I was referring to. Also, I'll supply you folks with a chisel. Clean off any extra silicone. Take off the old masonite from the backing of the board. These T-nuts, there's either 3 on one side or 4 on, both sides. These are the T-nuts that hold the braces on the back when you're actually standing the speaker up. After the crossover has been removed, what we want to do is take out the whole diaphragm, break the whole speaker down, and I'll show you the certain steps and procedures to do that. On the straight side of the speaker, you'll see a series of holes. With there's a machine bolt in there with a washer, and should be 2 washers on it. Also applied. Back them all out. Make sure you don't lose any washers. These screws are the tensioning screws that you'll use after the new ribbon is put in and cured. That you'll end up using these to tune the speaker. Once you remove those, what you can do, both the top clamp and the bottom clamp. 2 screws holding this on. Remove it. Once you have removed the top and bottom clamps, simply with a razor, next to this edge of the clamp, cut the old ribbon out. As soon as you release that, you'll see the whole magnetic structure underneath. Again, using a hammer and a pry bar, using the same square head drive, you'll find on the straight side, along with the slant side of the speaker, a series of screws. These screws simply hold the two clamps together, the bottom one and the top one, holding it together while the silicone is bonding when you'll see when we go to install the new one.
And K273, please, and 273. Mary Hazelwood, dial the operator, please. Mary Hazelwood, please.
On the slants, on the straight side, you will find either four to seven holes, depending upon which model speaker you're working on, a counterbore with either a Phillips head or a square head bit below the surface. Those ones are do not take those ones out. Those are the ones that hold the bottom clamp down. Remove the ones from the slant side also. Once you have removed all of the screws from both the clamps, both the straight and the slant, then you want to grab a pry bar and a hammer, starting at one end, right at the edge. Carefully work at it. If there's a lot of resistance with it coming up, you want to grab probably another pry bar and work your way down the line. Just switch them right down the line. Some of them will come up fairly easy, some can be kind of tricky. The older the product, the little trickier it will be separating the two clamps. Release the two clamps. Do the same thing for the slant side.